out on the attack. SH starting out on the defense, and it was the defense that we saw some, I don't know if I would say innovations, but SH, they were opting to bring the Tachanka, and we've seen that a little bit more on Villa defenses throughout, but it was something that they brought in that worked fairly well against Parabellum.
Yeah, I really think in this game is going to be all about homework, all about what due diligence each team's done. And, their support staff has supported them, given them the notes. They've worked on it, forceful in the background for them. And, the coach for SH2, they brought up, see what they've done so far. What counter strat have they done? That's your band so far. That's per usual. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's like somebody's going to ban Thatcher or Hard Breach. One of them is going off the board. It just depends on what you want. But for the second ban, this is where things could get crazy. We've seen Wichita Wolves go for, as I was about to say, things that are a little bit different. And this Yana ban, it's different for a lot of people, but it's not that uncommon for Wichita. We saw that, I believe we saw them ban it last week against Okami as well. Of course, didn't end up working out, but it's still a ban they like to do to make teams uncomfortable, and I imagine we'll keep with that trend. Maybe, well, as you can see, I was going to say maybe we'll see a Goyo if they're opting to stick to a little bit normal, but no, Benny, we got a smoke ban as well.
Smoke, you talked about them using, Tachanka a lot and getting rid of one of those two operators that right now in the pool really big on, wasting time, making sure you can't push through, whether it be the fire or the smoke, is a big one. And the Valkyrie, as per usual, get rid of the intel for the defense. We've seen games where Valkyrie is available and how different the teams play with Valkyrie, the intel available to them to play off of. So nothing too crazy to see banned out.
No, but it will make, especially when Wichita Wolves move to the defense, that little bit of intel much more important. Of course, they will likely have practiced without a Valkyrie on the board just because she's banned in pretty much every game now, but it does mean that they have a little bit less options to giving themselves intel when it comes to that defense. But SH, they're starting there out first. They're starting on Aviator Games, and now I'm intrigued. Will they stick with that Tachanka setup that they ran against Parabellum? Yes, they will.
Oh,
April 6 pick from the Mira to the Tachanka. And while they do still, you might be wondering, well, why would Wichita Wolves ban Smoke? If SH ran Tachanka more and Tachanka fills a similar niche, why not just go for him? Well, it's just kind of picking your battles, right? Tachanka might be a little bit more difficult to angle your Molotovs in position. Maybe it's a little bit more uncomfortable for SH overall. And you also don't have to worry about the two in tandem.
Yeah, I think the conjunction of two is really what makes them big, especially teams that practice Tachanka a lot. And we've seen it before. SH practice it; they know how to play both of them pretty well. So why not get rid of one of them? Don't let them have too many, comforts in their defense. So let's see how it goes. So yeah, you said Aviator games first. We'll see how SH play this, and are they going to play it as they've done before in, the previous game against Parabellum? And whether or not, Wichita Wolves, I'm assuming they've done their due diligence, they've done their homework, and we'll see how they can counter that play and really what is going to happen first. First of all, to me, Psychosis off here on the roam, and Intel is going to be a big name. Remember, saw in the critical points, Intel is the equalizer here for Wichita Wolves.
Well, funny enough, it's also just funny that in terms of the group stage of CL, Wichita Wolves' first and last game will take place on Wichita Wolves in the group stage. But also, the very first play in CL was a little bit of a lack of intel. Wichita Wolves tried to rush up those main stairs, and Barring just swung down and killed two of them before he went back up. And Wichita Wolves, maybe they droned out or watched that position a little bit more fervently, would not have died in that spot. But this is a different Wichita from the beginning to the end, and it looks like there's a little bit more utility on their side. A drone sending Abunai up pantry stairs, sitting behind it. Abunai had a bit of a problem with that last week, but here, it seems okay.
So far, no difficulties. They've encountered no problems, no roamers from the side of SH. Psychosis was here for a little bit. There was a drone off on the little out balcony edge there that may have hurt Psychosis, but it looks like Psychosis backed off for the moment. But so far, drones coming through. They have Psychosis on red stairs now. Probably have wings over by 90 to have this crossfire. And we'll see how well Wichita can deal with this crossfire. And if they can, and there's an air jab on that windowsill. Wings hit it, causes him to back off. So now there's no crossfire. Those Psychosis, I don't know if he has, somebody maybe playing Skull to try and cub him out, or whether or not how well Psychosis, or how well they can drive him out of this position.
Well, that's the issue. There's somebody playing down below. You had Wings inside of 90. Thankfully, he's able to retake that spot, but now Psychosis is starting to feel the big brunt of that pressure. He does have Afer inside his sight, behind a shield placed in front of Skull Benny, watching one player peek out, but unfortunately, he's not able to save his teammate. Melted's able to finish him off, but Wings, back in 90, is able to rotate back out, land the trade onto Melted, one of the main fraggers on the side of Wichita, and move back in the site. So while you've lost Psychosis, you've wasted about 2 minutes of time and still traded out a powerful operator on the side of the attack. That's a win in my book.
Yeah, it's looking good for them, actually. SH have, the time is still ticking, and that's the big thing here, is they're wasting enough time here. They're making sure they're getting it to the end of the time, and I still have 13 of those fire grenades for the Shimiken launch of Aether. So they're still, gaining for that game plan. The game plan is still deny the plant in the end. And how Wichita Wolves, how they respond now, because they still take control. They have control of this, this north side. They still don't have full control of 90 though. And Jay with the kill of his own on wings though. So Jay's trying to take control of Study by himself though. So getting that first kill is big, but can he really make his entry into Study by himself?
Well, he can certainly try and work the angle, and most importantly, deny Aether playing inside of Vault, who can continue wasting time or even getting kills onto Jay. Though he's finally traded out, it results in a 2v2. Now that Jay has fallen, Kilo can retake Study, and watch this exact angle as Callout tries to push into Vault to go for the final frags, forced alone inside of 90 with the diffuser. Marmalade cuts him down. A close one, but still the first round win for SH.
That was a close one. Wichita Wolves was a bit slow on the take there, creating that roam, clearing out that north side, striving on Psychosis from red stairs. They weren't able to do it soon enough, but you saw them get the refrag. Kilo got that refrag over, it was like wings got the refrag over by 90, and really, so it doesn't really equalize. They waste 2 minutes, they get a 4v4, and they had to have Jay by himself try and take control of Study on that far side, and there's not much you can do. He got a good pick, but someone was waiting for him, gets that refrag. They have control of Study. That's where Kilo's able to get that kill and deny them pushing into Aviator. And at that point, you're 2v1, and Marmalade's be able to get the last kill. So good work from SH. This win, we go on to Trophy Statuary.
Yeah, I think on Aviator games, Aether is definitely the player to take down in that spot. Not just because of what he can do, but what we have seen him do. In that PB game, he was literally getting triple kills just by sitting inside a vault and peeking windows. Now, of course, maybe if a gunfight doesn't go his way, we don't see that big play, but he's able to play that spot incredibly effectively as Tachanka. And Wichita Wolves, they have the tools at their disposal. They had Call on the buck, but again, as you said, spent a lot of time on that clear. And here on Trophy Statuary, they don't have to worry about that Tachanka nearly as much since SH are not bringing him. Aether switched to the Aruni, going for a bit more focus on burning utility as opposed to wasting time, though I guess wasting time via burning utility. A little bit more of an indirect method, I suppose. And Wichita Wolves bringing the exact same lineup. Still got Call on the buck, so you can best expect some vertical play down inside a kitchen, likely to try to get some of those cage charges, what have you, off of those walls.
Well, you say that, but it looks like they're probably running over there right now. But yeah, I would expect with the buck, the first play is going to be taking control of dining kitchen. And what SH, they have this roam, they have people on main stairs, or they have people over by Aviator Games, and Psychosis peeking out this bicycle window looking for somebody, but nobody's there for a moment. Wichita Wolves are taking it slow and just droning things out, figuring what's going on. And so far, it looks like they're not going to try and deal with that top floor roam by the south side. They're just going to go for this dining and kitchen control from below. And, Psychosis is going to pull back up these astral stairs. And so far, Wichita Wolves just taking the time, doing their due diligence, droning out.
Yeah, there are still these defenders inside of Aviator Games right now. Wings, of course, you can see starting to rotate back on over since... Hey, nobody's pushing there. No point in contesting it for all too long, especially when the brunt of the attack seems to be coming from this bottom floor. Abadai's made his way on in within the first minute, and so Psycho will likely find himself in a familiar spot momentarily, facing the first bit of pressure from the attack. But Abadai's also faced a bit of pressure, down to 25 HP. Might have been from Marmalade up above through floor holes created from Trophy into the hallway down below, and that's another example of Psycho being aided a bit more indirectly this go around, though. But for the side of Wichita, not much has happened yet. Still trying to get that control, still trying to get that intel, but for SH, the longer they get to exist in their setup, and it's a good one at that, the more difficult it'll be for Wichita come this final minute 30.
Yeah, they haven't touched the north side whatsoever, so it allows people like Kilo to play on red stairs, no problem. They can just wait to get an intel knowing it's fully a horizontal below take for the moment. No pressure upstairs for the moment, but it looks like Jay get a kill. Trying to go upstairs, and Aether slams Abonai, though, on that balcony, so that pressure they're trying to create upstairs is starting to be thwarted by SH. So Wichita Wolves, it's not a great start there.
No, not at all. But they are still able to open up that master bedroom wall, and while they're not able to trade, and they will be at a man disadvantage, it's not all said and done for them just yet, but they have to start moving. They need a kill at some point in time. They cannot let this go 3v5. That's the point where things start to go beyond the brink, over the edge, and Wichita's chances in this round are slim to none. Forrest, working off the Sophia concussion, will try to find Psychosis, sees him at the last second. Jaeger pops up, takes a couple bullets, and now it's a 4v4. The Marmalade is still there contesting the entry. Both players on the the stairs and players in the bathroom. She might come away with one, but she'll come away with none instead. Forrest still there, but Aether as well evens it to a 3v3, and SH still have control of the site. That's the most important factor. It might be even in man count, but the control in the hands of SH is far superior. Kilo has the angle necessary, but it's still being whittled down slowly and slowly. Wichita's chance is still alive, especially with Aether on 1 HP. Do they know he's there, though? Do they know where Kilo is as well? It appears that the latter has gone unspotted by Wichita Wolves. He rotates back over to Boar. Can he deny the plant? Forrest is watching Brick, but that leaves Kilo unaccounted for. Now the coverage is gone too. Sure, bombs on the floor, but SH still have things in control. 2 rounds in a row for SH.
Oh, this is also really weird. I forgot you could do this in the
I forgot you could do that as well.
That's just freaked me out. But anyway, good round from SH. And yeah, again, Wichita Wolves a bit slow on the starting round. That early to mid round, they're taking control. They're doing their due diligence, but it's not exactly quick. They're droning out as much as they can. They're finally taking control, but there's no engagements. They're not really engaging in trying to clear out any roam or anything. Well, I guess they were downstairs, but nobody's really roaming downstairs. So at that point, you lose your first member. You push on through, you try to take control Astro, you go from an Astro take. They were able to take from bathroom as well, so it's kind of a bathroom Astro take from the side of Wichita Wolves. They really couldn't convert it into a play because that's all it was. There was nobody going bricks on the other side of Master Bedroom, so it was a one-sided take from Wichita Wolves that the last 2 members on SH were able to play well and deny the plant. And really, it's difficult when you're in a 2v2, you're trying to get the plant down because there's no time left, and you got to take a fight here, take a fight with the person pushing the planter. Difficult on Wichita Wolves, and just really good job from SH.
It's also a tough spot since they're continuing with that Yana ban and they're putting call out on the Buck instead of the Sledge. They don't really have any nades, so if they're not able to get their Zofia, Ash, or Buck in a comfortable position to go with the vertical play, or if they're focusing solely on the Buck and using that Zofia and Ash for utility clear, and you're not able to get call-out position, it's a bit difficult to deal with players like Marmalade or anybody playing inside of Astro, or even even Aether playing on that main wall. It's a lot more difficult when you don't have nades at your disposal, and Wichita Wolves might have increased verticality. They're able to put pressure down from below, which you can't do with Sledge. But because of the bans and their dedication to it, it's a little bit more difficult to take out those defenders on the site. But now they're going to Kitchen, a site that, sure, the vertical play might not be... It is important, but... I don't know. Overall, it's a bit of a risk by Wichita Wolves, and it just hasn't been paying off as much so far.
Yeah, vertical play can prove a big part here in Kitchen, but you also could play horizontally. You've seen many teams played horizontally, where they just go straight for the site. They go for pantry, they go for a death.
Oh, wow.
As Forrest has already been shot by A for peeking bicycle window. I think him and Psychosis have peeked that window like every single round, and finally they find something. But so far, it looks at this point, SH are just really into it. They're understanding what the play is going for Wichita Wolves. They're playing comfortably. A bit aggressive here and there, but they seem to know what they're doing, and they seem to be comfortable playing that aggressive as well. And so far, it's been playing wonders for them in these rounds, though they have been close, but still working well for them. And so, first kill goes to SH, and now we'll see what Wichita does next.
Yeah, you've lost your... Or, I wouldn't say... You've lost an operator who can aid in the flank watch, so... Worst things could have happened, is still not great by any stretch of the imagination, especially how early on it was. Minute in, and we're still seeing Wichita just slowly making their way through the building, not taking anything so far. Aether getting very aggressive on the pulse, putting himself in a spot where, as you can see, he can be easily pinched out. Adwinai and another one of his teammates all sitting in a spot that's Melted on the Zofia to try and take him down, but Adwinai just sprints on in. Is Melted able to play for the trade? No! He just rotates back in the site! Maybe a bit of a misplay by Adwinai or a mistiming between the two teammates, but now Aether not only gets away with the kill onto Forrest, but onto Adwinai as well. A 3v5 with no successful entry into the building. It's going to be a tough minute and a half remaining for Wichita Wolves.
I guess the saying, why are you running, really plays here. Why are you sprinting? Why? Not a great start there. And pre-fire from Psychosis, great pre-fire. No one to call it, jumping into the bedroom. We're jumping into the closet. Wings playing here up bricks, waiting for a pick, waiting for some kind of cue, some kind of call, and there's the info for him. One player pings out one. He knows he's playing through. Keel's getting pushed though. They somehow a flash gets the kill. There's the refrag at least, but behind him is Wings and Keel with another kill. There down, and SH take 3 in a row.
Unsuccessful early round by Wichita Wolves. Something that while Adwinai had, Wichita Wolves, they like to trade him out. Oddly enough, their early game is still pretty good a lot of the times when they're able to trade him out, but nothing was going their way. Before you even lost Adwinai, you lost Forrest to that peak. You're not able to pinch out the pulse playing inside a library. I mean, that round, I don't want to say it was lost at that point, but there was just not a lot you could have done based on how well SH were playing that, how successful Aether was.
You said, well, you could have pinched out the player inside living though. I was Aether on the pulse.
Yeah, it was Aether.
And yet nobody was happening. Nobody was syncing up that play to take control of bicycle, take control of bathroom, push in, so at least could refrag Abonite. Abonite just runs in the living room and nobody's there to refrag him. He runs right into the bullets that Aether's pre-firing, and it just seems at that point you're in a 3v5.
Yeah.
And there's not much you can do here. Players are trying to push trying to roam clear upstairs at that point. Two players upstairs, pushing through bathroom. They walk in one with astral stairs, getting flanked by wings.
Yeah, no, there was just a lot going SH's way and nothing going WW's way that entire game.
Yeah. I would say at this point, SH is just so comfortable in the defense. They're playing aggressive. They're playing together on these roams, and they're understanding, hey, at this point, it seems like Wichita Wolves in the early mid-game are slow. They're hesitant. They're not playing synchronized. They're not playing well together right now. Let's take advantage of it. Let's play aggressive.
Well, and keep in mind, it has been 3 round losses in a row for SH, but if after this timeout, Wichita Wolves are able to secure themselves 3 rounds in a row and get a 3-3 half, that's still pretty good by most standards. A 3-3 half on Villa, that's pretty solid. So if they're able to make that work, it's not all said and done for this game, but this is going to make that timeout the most necessary because SH have won all 3 rounds. We've seen all of their setups. Now is the time for Wichita Wolves to collect their thoughts and start adapting. We talked about prep before the match started, how important it is. Adaptations in-game are just as important as well. SH appear to be running a similar setup. They have Aether on the Tachanka. That's kind of the heart and soul of this setup. A bit of an adjustment wings. I don't believe he was playing the Alibi before Benny. Might be wrong, but didn't think so. So a bit of an adjustment.
I think he was playing Kai last time.
True, he was. But still, overall, it's still a similar setup, just with a couple new additions. Might be important, but you still have to deal with Aether on Tachanka first and foremost. Wichita Wolves, they have the lineup to do that with. They just have to get in the position to do it. That's been their biggest problem so far.
Yeah, I wonder if they dropped that Kai knowing that last time, even though they brought the buck, Wichita Wolves didn't even go for that vertical play on site whatsoever. So maybe at this point they're dropping the Kai, knowing they're not really pushing for that side, they're not pushing for piano, not taking control of a living library. So they're just gonna bring the mute just to deny that, at least make it difficult to open those walls. And is Wichita Wolves this time, are they gonna go for that vertical play? Are they gonna take control of living room, library, and piano and try to drive out these players? Like last time we said, players inside 90, players inside the area, Psychosis kills Force, and again within the first minute.
The entry game for SH, it's been dominant in 3/4 of these rounds, but keep in mind, Melted did at least get the opening pick in round 1, but it was quickly traded out by SH. So when it comes to the early game, you just cannot compete with the defensive team right now. Psychosis, a second one on to call out. That Buck that we talked about, who could be the key player to counter Aether, yeah, he's off the board, and we're still only 50 seconds in. Melted will finally start to even things out, finds wings down below, but losing that Buck, which kind of like the Tachanka for SH, seemed to be a big factor for Wichita Wolves. It can't get any worse at this point.
Yeah, those players in 90, those players upstairs that playing inside a site, which are a big thing. Let's just say Aether playing here. Now he's denying main stairs from the side of games. It's big to use that vertical play. They still could use that vertical play somewhat with those, the lifeline or the breach charges. Depends if they can make this main stairs push though. Abonite jumping up the main stairs, gets that kill anyway. Fire is stopping, but the fire doesn't stop him pushing up. He gets one, but he can't get the second one. Aether, because that fire is so lethal. He walks right through it, leaves most of his health, and now late reinforcement. Jay just sees that already being done. He's going to push off. Psychosis is playing 90, but knows at this point they have the advantage, so Psychosis is going to pull off and see what Wichita Wolves does next. There's only 2 of them left with 1:20.
And they do still have Jay alive, so with all of his X-Kairos in his pocket, he can still open up some key angles, but with how little manpower there is on the side of Wichita Wolves, and that could change even further now that Jay's on 1 HP thanks to Psychosis. They have some things going their way, but it's going to be extremely difficult to make this work. It's a 2v3. Getting this kill on a Psychosis for Melted, it's going to be a miracle to say the least. Psychosis would have to whiff basically all of his shots or land only one, but no, Melted will even rotate over. Coalesce with Jay on the side of Study, and there's always going to be downsides no matter what play they try to go for, but at least trying to go for some kind of play trade, that's probably your best bet at this point. Aether still is alive with his Molotovs in pocket and gun in hand as well. Diffuser dropped. Melted in the 1v3. Melted's a massive player. He's clutched bigger odds before, but on 25 HP, everyone looking towards him, yeah, Aether will take his head clean off. SH, 4 rounds in a row. The timeout not doing it enough for Wichita Wolves' chances so far.
Again, it's that entry, that early to mid game that from Wichita Wolves has been hesitant, and SH are now just taking it full advantage. Psychosis with 2 kills in the beginning, and then again that peak. I believe this time it was from Boar Window. This time it wasn't from Bicycle, but he gets that first pick on the forest once again. Gets another kill after that, and they get a third kill onto Abinai as he does get. Abinai gets 1 kill, but he runs up the stairs, gets killed out running through the fire, just the Shamika launcher fire. And at that point, you're in a 2v3. And sure, you had the X Chaos like you said before, but if the mute was still, the mute jammers are still on the walls, because of course the buck was killed out early of call out. There's not much you can do. There's not much you can open, and Jay loses a lot of his health, just peeking down Classical at 90. Melted tries to go for a push over towards red. Of course, the barbed wire is there, so there, of course, that goes to that point. Here's the barbed wire. Totally understands it. They kind of come back together, make the study push, and really, there's not much you can do there. They lose out both their lives, and SH 4 in a row. We go to trophy saturated once again, where last time, this is again is early to mid game every single time.
And moving to here once again, Afer not on that Tachanka, only an Aviator Games thing for SH. He's moved to the Goyo this time. Psychosis on the Jaeger, likely see him back over on that Astro Stairs position. And at least for here, Benny, Wichita Wolves were able to get down below. They made their way into kitchen, made their way into library. They started getting some soft destruction, but they were facing pressure from Marmalade inside a trophy from those vertical holes, and pressure from Psychosis on Astro Stairs. So at least here they actually managed to start doing what they wanted, but it was dealing with that pressure that they still struggled with. But it was the brightest star amongst this clear so far. It looks like they're going for a study side overtake instead of going down below. And with the buck, they still have the option to go down below as well, but trying to make this adjustment, I think, is good. Clearing on over, maybe you got a kill on the wings and it gets traded out, but still a kill. That's more than Wichita Wolves have gotten in the early round so far.
True. Yeah, at this point, maybe getting a kill, going aggressive and taking fights is better than trying to evade it and go for that play and that vertical play. But so far, damage going between 2 players. Abai take most of the damage. Wings just understands maybe someone's on the 90 window, and they're pushing through Study's side. Kilo is by himself at the moment, hit by concussion, and runs right through there. Concussion leaves a gap, allows him to push through into main stairs. Kilo understands this, getting pre-fires come from Wichita Wolves, so Kilo at this point is being pinched out. Wings is going to be his only savior in this engagement. If he can get 1 at least and really equalize it, could be good, but at this point he understands, no, I'm just going to back off, go to red stairs, and yeah, at this point, SH have backed off for the moment, allowing for Wichita Wolves to take this control.
It's actually a miracle Kilo managed to get away there. With Melted looking over to study. Abuna inside of 90 as well. Excellent work. Probably stayed about just as long as you could, and maybe even a little bit more, but still able to come away. And Wichita Wolves faring a little bit worse when it comes to the overall collective HP of the team. Not bad by SH by any means. And again, another example of Wichita Wolves. Now they got to start picking up the pace. A minute 30 has been lost on this clear over on study side. Melted, thankfully, has made his way to the front door, or to Boar, leading into trophy. So now it's just all about that rotate over. Will it be into master bedroom or down below, or then to facilitate pressure inside of master bedroom? That's where teams sometimes tend to fall. Nobody from Wichita Wolves has taken the plunge and gone over to that side just yet. If they leave bedroom in the hands of the defense, it's going to be a difficult round to win.
Well, the big part too is the fact that they can try and get this wall open, because right now it's just a it's a one-sided affair. They're pushing on from one side. Like you said, they need to rotate, but the big thing is, can they get this electrical off the tri-wall inside the bedroom? Wing goes down, trying to stop this Boar pressure, but the Boar pressure comes through. They walk in, Abinai with the kill on Afer. They made way in the sight. Marmalade tries to take 1, but so far Marmalade is the only person on there. Marmalade taking 2. Psychosis gets 1 of his own. It's now down to Kilo and Psychosis versus Melted and Jin. 2v2. Plant is down. They're denying the Astro return here, so Kilo and both these players are on the Astro Stairs. Psychosis is able to make way into the bathroom. Coming to bricks. Is Melted aware of this? He looks like he does know. Shots come through, and he still makes a shot. Great pre-fire back on the Psychosis. It's now Kilo in a 1v2. He knows one's on bricks. He still makes a shot. Great shot, Kilo on a Melted. Now it's a 1v1, but he's got to waste time. Jay's here. He knows he's just waste time. He knows that he has the position, the advantage. But so far, Kilo starts it off, but Jay runs in, and Jay is baited. Kilo gets the kill, able to get that disable onto the diffuser, and what a clutch from Kilo.
Kilo might have clutched that, but I want to put the focus on Marmalade for just a second there. Marmalade is the player that won that round for SH Miami. Kilo did manage to get the 1v2. I don't want to minimize that, but what brought SH's chances back was Marmalade on that Astro wall.
Yep.
Not only able to take down 1, but even though Melted ended up getting her in the end, the fact that she was able to survive that long and put that much pressure on Melted as he pushed through, it delayed Wichita Wolves enough and created the wall exactly like you said that allowed other members of SH to get a couple kills onto Call Out, onto Abunai. And even though it went to a 2v2 and eventually a 1v2, Marmalade's efforts, they were still instrumental in even getting Kilo to that position. And talk about that miracle shot Kilo hit onto Melted. I mean, right there,
dude, that was
right there.
Shot.
I mean, I don't want to say that that almost should have been a Wichita Wolves round based off the angles they have, but sometimes you just can't account for players hitting shots like that.
Can't do it. I would agree with you though. Marmalade was the wall there that stopped them. She was able to hold her own, kill 2 players, and give the last 2 players on SH a chance to win that round. So I would say huge on Marmalade and definitely, huge on Kilo for clutching it out. We go on to our last defense for SH. We go back to Kitchen and Dining, which last time was mainly a horizontal tank from the side of Wichita Wolves. Was not successful. They got that first, their first pick on the forest once again from, I think it was Psychosis or Aether, and really they were trying to just make do, trying to recapitalize and take control, at least even of the scoreboard. They could not do it the entire time on the last round. Last time they attacked. Sorry.
Also, Benny, you want to know something funny?
What's up?
While this was going on, I actually checked. I went back. So for context, when we do predictions every week, we call it a Google form. We select what teams we think we're going to win. That's how the results get displayed. So I went back. I did my Google form while I was at work this morning. So I was like, okay, let me see, because I'm pretty sure. And sure if I was right. I actually picked SH.
Oh, but
I didn't pick Wichita.
Did you tell Devin?
I did. I did.
Devin
no,
can't
he
see
knows.
the Google form.
Well, he knows now. Don't worry. He knows now.
He knows
So
now.
all I'm saying, I might be getting a bit of a boost none of you guys are getting today. If this trend continues.
Crows.
That is true. Unless they change crows.
I had to say it. But
Which would be really funny.
Defense. It would be really fun if they did actually. Yeah, it worked out. Oh, you do need a boost though. You guys, you do need a boost because you're pretty far down the chain.
I'm a little bit.
Oh, Aether.
You got it. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. That's not how I expected Aether to get the opening pick, but I guess that's as good a way as any. So the drone from Wichita Wolves, just a second late clearing out that spot Aether was sitting in, and a Melted either got a little bit ahead of himself or just plain out wasn't thinking, which, I mean, I don't blame him.
I think he was looking at 90 window. Yeah,
I know, he was looking at 90 window, but he walks in front of the window right before Wichita clear it. I mean, that's a heartbreaker right there. Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey. Yeah, calling out 1 at least, but yeah, there's the refrag from Aether, so now it's a 3v4. I just can't think right now. It's a 3v4, and so far Wichita, they have not really any control for the moment. Jay could take control of Pantry with a player below him. Is he ready for it? No. There's Wings on the Vigil. Take that next kill. It's 2v4 now. It's now Abunai and Forrest. Where is that? Forrest. So Forrest is in Pantry. He just took control after.
And he's by himself.
Kills Abunai. It's now just Forrest.
Well, I was about to say Forrest will get 1 kill, but he actually did not land the headshot on the Wings like I initially thought he did. But he put him on 25 HP, but now he's got to watch his back. In a 1v4, sure, it might be better for Wings to conserve his energy, but I imagine he'll want to peek. And peek he will, and die he will. Still a 1v3, though, but that statement has often been said before a player clutches a situation. He tries to land the pre-fire onto Psycho, but Psycho's pre-fire rings truer. A 6-0 match point for SH already. And by the way, if you weren't paying attention earlier, if Wichita Wolves want to even hope about making playoffs, they needed to win this game in regulation. That is now gone.
Yeah, it is a 6-0 for SH. That's a sheesh on that one.
I'd agree. I want to be honest. I did not expect a 6-0 on Villa of all maps, but I guess this is where we are. You okay, Benny? Is this shocking you?
I think I'm a little bit ahead. I can't tell though.
Has the game already ended in your reality?
Yeah, there you were already. It's end 7-0 right now. I'm already ahead.
It's already over.
Oh yeah, no, it's 38 seconds in. 30 seconds, 37, 35 seconds into the pro phase.
I'm glad your counting is getting a lot better.
Yeah, I know. I can't count, man. I just can't do it. These days I'm working every day and I just can't count anymore. I'm just busted.
Well, Benny might not be able to count, but Wichita Wolves, they are able to run a similar strategy to SH. See the Tachanka brought by Callout, And actually, I believe the only difference between Wichita Wolves and SH on this Aviator game setup is Forest on the Goyo. Don't believe SH brought that, but they actually might have one round. I can't remember exactly. But they do still have that Tachanka, that Jaeger, that Wamai, that Mute. Those are mainstays of SH's defense. Some intel denial, some projectile denial, and some time denial in terms of that Tachanka. Abunai, it's 6-0 right now. He's just going to go for a run out. Tried to spot a drone. Don't know if he actually got one.
I don't know if he shot the drone actually or not. I don't know if he... I think he did. Maybe.
I'm assuming. I mean, maybe this is dumb caster brain, but I don't know why he just pre-fired that bush. Unless it was for a drone. Unless it was for a drone waiting to drone out art, I can't think of another reason why he would do that.
Yeah, I'm assuming you're shooting a drone. I couldn't tell if he actually blew one up or not. But either way, so yeah, I couldn't tell if he did know. But either way, so that's the focusing on trying to minimize the intel from SH, and Psychosis. This seems to be a two-step take here from SH. People are taking from dining side from that north side, and as people come from below on the south side, Kilo and Psychosis together, open up below, see what control they can take, what vertical pressure they can make on these Wichita Wolf players. Kilo's opening up into the living room, finding nobody here. Looks like they may have joined out all living room libraries, so they know that nobody's roaming. And Abunai Red Stairs will probably be the first, maybe first point of contention for them.
I suppose this is important to say. We actually are seeing a bit of a difference in Wichita Wolves' lineup. Normally, we'd see an Aruni here, played by Abunai, or at least an Aruni in general, to aid that Red Stairs hold, but it's not present here. Abunai still playing Red Stairs, and SH bringing to Flores, as you can clearly see, and Flores drone will ignite and force Abunai up those stairs. He can retake it, but there's 2 players for the capitalization. Psycho and 1 player down below, able to push on up. Psycho pushes on through. 2 kills so far, narrowly finds a third, but he'll back off, not wanting to press his luck any further. Alded gets the first kill for Wichita Wolves, and Forrest with the second. Now things are even. It was looking like SH are running away with it. Wichita Wolves still have something to say in this game.
Yeah, it looks like some Wichita Wolves members have wormed their way forward, specifically wormed their way downstairs in the piano. Found out a way to be a menace, and that's a C4 that they need to account for, and A4 is there to account for it. There goes Forrest, down he goes, and it's control here. It looks like Classical is trying to get control. Marmalade is trying to get control. Classical to deny some kind of flank. Melted still playing maps, getting 2-3 kills in his name, playing his position. That is huge. Wichita Wolves now down to just A4 in a 1v2. He's got a minute to play with, though, so he's got a lot of time to figure this out.
Does have a minute to play with. 18x Kairos to open up these angles, and he's 12-1 right now. Sorry, 12-2 specifically, but still an amazing scoreline for a player that we highlighted needed to do well if SH wanted to win. But I don't think him doing this well with a 6-0 scoreline was exactly what we had in mind when Afer needs to show up. Jay and Melted, 1v2, 30 seconds left. Jay still has a C4, so if you wanted to rotate down below the moment Afer goes in, or just send a C4 from bar, the latter appears to be a strategy that could work out, but they're watching it. They're watching Study right now. They're not even looking at Afer. Jay's not looking. His back is turned. Afer might be able to spot it, but no, he goes around the bar just the right moment. It's not Jay to get the kill, but it's Melted to keep Wichita Wolves' chances alive in this match for just 1 round longer.
How many rounds has Melted clutch this season?
Enough.
He had a 4K that round. That was all him.
No, it's actually... Let's take a look real quick.
That was a 4K.
That was a 4K. It was a 4K for Melted. And didn't he clutch a 1v4 against OCG?
I think he did, yeah.
I mean, obviously that
was the Oregon game, right? I think it was the Oregon game.
It was an Oregon. This was not a 1v4, of course, but, parallels.
Again, crazy stuff from Melted. Melted's been like that one person just always able to take control of rounds by himself.
Yeah, Melted, one of the standout players, without question.
Yeah, definitely. Standout player without question. We go to Trophy Saturate for our next defense from Wichita Wolves. And yeah, that's they see. Even before that, though, SH had a great plan to deal with Red Stairs, though. The Flores drone to push them out. Had a player in bore, had a player below pushing them. I believe it was... Who was it? I think it was Abunai playing it last time, and he just got pinched perfectly by SH. SH had control of, Skull. They had control. They were trying to contention of 90, but they didn't really have control of Study to make that plan happen. And, Melted playing maps, getting 3 kills, just sitting in that position next to Shield. So really good job from Melted. Gets the last kill at the end of the round in that 1v2, and that gives us here a next round. On to round 8 we go.
Yep, Trophy Stats, Roy, and another difference between Wichita Wolves and SH. Whereas SH, they ran that to Chonka on Aviator Games, but dropped it for every other side. Wichita Wolves will keep it consistent, static on their side. We'll go on to Trophy Stature as well. Understandable, not only do you have that burn for Tachanka, but with that LMG, basically free sight destruction. Sure, you have Melted with the shotgun, but you have so much ammo and so much destructibility with that Tachanka LMG. having him on your lineup is never going to hurt, at least when it comes to that factor. Right now for SH, to clear from Study Side over, like Wichita Wolves did in their final time attacking Trophy Statuary. That very narrowly worked, save for a 1v2 from Kilo by the very end. Will it be the same thing for SH to try and close this out? They are 6-1 right now. All they need is one round win, but would be a nice moment for Wichita Wolves if the comeback starts with a clutch on the side as well.
Okay, if they come back and make it 6-6, that would be flabbergasted.
I would just... I don't know what would happen. I'd probably just drop
I think
dead.
that'd be the time
collapse.
when Me Cookies casted that only defense cafe game. Or there was no attack wins. 0 attack wins.
I
That'd
hate
be like
games
that.
like that.
That'd be
I hate
crazy.
games like that.
Hey, they don't happen very often, so you gotta
No, that's true, but when they happen, it's like, oh, this is cool. Oh, no, this is actually awful.
Well, let's see so far. There's one player downstairs. Looks like looks like the mute of Melted either playing in, I think that's Memorial or playing Memorial with the shotgun. By themselves. Looks like they may have covered from above by Jay, I believe, because Jay made those holes into the Memorial. So maybe Jay's playing that position out that that little balcony, watching out for help out Melted over going and Forrest, the human Frostmat as per usual.
This is just Forrest embodiment as a player right now.
Oh,
and he'll jump out. And whoa, he actually gets a kill on the wings.
Oh, he's on his drone. Wings on his drone.
There was such a long period, and a second one as well. All right, might as well. Forrest 6-1, down 5 rounds. If there's any time to do something like this, now is more time than ever. Marmalade put on the floor as well. A 2v5 for SH. Though Marmalade is in a position she could be recovered, would be a bit risky. Psycho would put himself basically with no gun up, and Kilo cannot cover him. He'll send out a drone. Maybe just debate, just to watch, to cover Marmalade as she is brought back up. Now it's a 3v5. You have Marmalade back, but it's still a 3v5 with not a lot of map control going your way. Kilo might be on Astral Hell, and Marmalade and Psycho might have control of 90, but again, no bedroom control. It's still going to be difficult for SH to make this work.
It looks like they're all congregating on this north, at least. So Kilo's trying to take other control. He jumps out. Oh my god, timing! He pulls the grenade out. Forrest jumps out. Call takes Psychosis and Abadai to finish the round out. That's a flawless round for Wichita Wolves. And hey, maybe we're having that kind of game. I haven't had a game like this in a while. Maybe it's only defense wins, which would be kind of painful.
That was just... I mean, what do you say about that round? Forrest sat prone below closet jump in, heard Wings get on a drone, jumped out, killed him, and then just played in closet the rest of the round. Though he did manage to land that miracle shot for the second kill, which was beautiful. That's now 2 miracle shots in this match. That didn't really save the round like Kilos did, was the cherry on top to overall just an exhilarating performance coming out from Forrest in that round particularly. But overall, I guess good individual play to Wichita Wolves, and also just not letting the man count and get away with them. You had Forrest, who was constantly peeking, but the team overall was still playing their position. So even if Forrest died, they still had a good defensive setup to fall back on. So good, good on both sides.
Good on both sides, though. Yeah, no, SH now, there's only 1 round. There's still quite a road ahead of Wichita Wolves. Still quite a trek they have to make if they want to make this to overtime. And what was the possibilities now that they can make playoffs?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they can't make playoffs anymore because I think it needed to be a regulation win. I might be wrong.
Now we gotta go. I gotta find Connor's giant thread on Twitter about this.
Oh, yeah. By the way, if you you want to know all the playoff chances, go on Twitter. CDAPS R6, our desk analyst, or one of our desk analysts.
Devin, our producer, has confirmed that it didn't need a regulation win, so they cannot make playoffs anymore.
Well, unlucky.
Oh, Abadai gets shot a bit from bicycle window. Looks like he's trying to peek it, just like SH have been doing all their defense half, and he'll take a bit of damage. Back to downstairs he goes, and so far on this defense, this kitchen defense so far, SH are not proving to clear that top floor for the moment. It looks like they're more focusing on this horizontal clear, seeing if they can find anybody. They found one Abadai, and they pushed him off, but nothing so far otherwise. Looking towards red stairs, looking towards the living library side.
Yeah, Psycho will just back off, waiting. There is somebody eager to peek on top of that, on top of those red stairs. It's call out. He'll press his luck for just a moment, but thankfully for him, the shots whiz by his head and do not connect. So he can move back down into the depths of Villa basement and likely rotate back to site. Hope he doesn't get picked off. But since this is a horizontal clear from SH, they do have players in position to not only capitalize on him rotating back, but now capitalize on Abunai rotating back, who will join call out over by Brown Stairs since he was holding out in Reading Room Library, or in Library specifically, excuse me. Reading Room is on Cafe. But he's rotated down. Now we'll join call out, and SH, they can continue on with their clear.
That's surprising. Yeah, we didn't see Flores whatsoever from Wichita Wolves, and they're seeing it more and more here from other teams. SH seemed to be using it pretty well. That I loved how they used it last round, or it was really effective when they had to push out the player in red with it. So definitely interesting to see how they use those Rotero drones, how effective it is, and how well they can use it in these rounds. But so far, yeah, SH still dealing with this horizontal roam, pushing off these players, pushing back the site. But still, if they don't just have this, upstairs clear, like, never mind, they can't clear anymore because Forrest playing behind that shield just slams Kilo, and Kilo can now, Kilo's dead. Forrest can use those holes against them if they push out from Bicycle towards China. I know last week you saw Outlast, and Athena was in a great place, and he unfortunately could not make due advantage with that one. Call with the gate C4 and just walking out of Brown stairs. Abner gets another kill, and so far it's a 2v5 now.
It's almost like SH just stopped droning after that initial clear on in. Didn't know Forrest was behind the shield. Didn't know Callout was playing on Brown stairs. And now it's a 1v5. Forrest picks up the final kill. 2 flawless rounds in a row for Wichita Wolves. Again, it is a little bit hollow since, as you mentioned at the beginning, they can no longer make playoffs. But I can appreciate someone still giving us a show, even despite that fact.
Can SH make playoffs now?
I believe everyone in Group A can make playoffs except for Lenny and OCG.
So they probably need to win this in regulation, don't they? Then,
I mean that would certainly help.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, I guess this point
that'd be nice.
That's the motivation. Just not allow don't allow SH to make playoffs.
Yes. There are some scenarios. I don't just have this memorized, by the way. I have Connor's tweets pulled up on the side, his graphs. So it can be either an OT win or a regulation win. It's just a difference of if they get a regulation win. Mm-hmm. And then Okami win an OT versus Honor. And then Parabellum lose to OCG. They get 2nd seed. But in any other situation, they're fighting for 3rd seed.
So they probably want to win in regulation, right?
They just need to win this game at some point.
At some point,
whether it be the next round or in 5 more.
So Wichita Wolves wins it in overtime. They just screw SH over. I guess that's unfortunate.
Yeah, pretty much. That'd be really funny though.
It wouldn't be really funny.
It's like we can't make playoffs. You can't either.
It's like in the past seasons when someone's like trying to get 3rd place from. I think it was season 11 where it was about money. It wasn't about like placement. I think it's every season now, like except for the next stage. But it's like when those teams are gonna get 3rd and they play against the 8th place team, they don't care anymore. So they just ruin them from getting 3rd place.
Yeah, playing the spoiler is always it's always, I don't know, I would say rude, but it's just like, come on, man, why you got to do that to me? But at least I know Benny and I appreciate it just because it makes things a little bit more entertaining when a team who's got nothing to lose is like, you know what, we lost, now you are as well. The Wichita Wolves, they have not lost 3 rounds so far in their defense yet, and they're looking to win 3 more in a row. They've already done each side once. Now they just need to do it again, which might seem like a tall task, but do keep in mind, SH also won 6 rounds in a row, an equally improbable feat. So, what's 2 improbable feats? I believe it's basically guaranteed.
Well, it's talking about improbable feats. They won this round because Melted's a monster.
That is also true. This was the round where Melted got a 4K just sitting on maps table as Wamai, where he is still playing. So you will have to dislodge the king of maps table, SH. You cannot just let him sit here and thrive.
Don't let him have a second term. Like, just, you need to stop now. You need to impeach him. Get him out of here.
We're at election for a 2nd term right now. Got to get him out. Vote of no confidence. Well, that's actually a different government system, but that's beside the point.
Beside the point. It's beside the point. Either way, yeah. Don't let Melted have that same reign of terror. Right?
This entire tangent has been beside the point. We should probably talk about the round now.
Well, either way, so we start out, we're looking for, again, this vertical pressure once more from SH. They're below, just playing from below, trying to take control of, Living Wire, but see if they can destroy and stop this pressure from below, which they destroyed the shield this time. I think the shield last time was able to stay alive the entire round. So this time now, there isn't as much cover for Melted to play that maps table. And, as I said, there goes Abonai. First picked Psychosis. Great shots. Have control 90 pretty quickly for SH. And this control last time was big for them. And they are able to get there in the shield, so they should have a much better time. But these mirror windows could prove to be the problem.
Well, I'm actually glad Caller just did that right now, because 2 things. One, the big thing for SH, as you said, was that 90 control, but not only has it come out a bit later for Psycho than it did last time, it's also resulted in nearly as many picks, and that leads to the second point, which is Wichita Wolves have made one key adaptation. Not only did they move to the mirror window, they went over on the side of 90 as well. Callout kept one in his pocket to wait for SH to start pushing in 90, so now they can more actively contest it. A bit difficult when Wings has just made his way inside of Study, not killed by Forrest as he was on his drone. Now all of that play with this angle into the site is a lot more difficult to hold. He'll start moving in. Call it, we'll find one onto Psycho, but the site, at least the default, is in control of SH, but can the rest of the attack move in to cover him? Because if you're looking and you're watching, he's alone right now and finally cut down. Forrest rotates into Study, but he's cut down by Aether as well. Call out, left alone in a 1v3. Remember, they cannot offs, but they can at least play spoiler. 1 HP, trapped inside a vault, tries to get 1 kill. Will only put 85 as Marmalade begins to put down the diffuser. Wichita Wolves' chances are waning by the second, and they're finally at 0. Aether finishes it all. Player goes huge, and SH finished the game 7-3.